Hi, in this video I'll show you how to create this graphic using Inkscape. I'm going to close this, and then in Inkscape I'm going to grab the Create Rectangles and Squares tool. I'm going to drag like this. Then for the width I'm going to enter 760 pixels, and for the height 420. Click enter to apply. Next, I'll need to use some of these snap controls here. If you can't find the snap controls, go to the view menu, show hide, and make sure the snap controls bar option is checked. Next, on the snap controls bar, I'll make sure this option is checked, snap bounding box corners. Then this one, snap to bounding box corners, is checked. Also this one, snapping from end to centers of bounding boxes. And I'll check this one, snap to cusp nodes as well. Next, I want to position a guide in the middle of this rectangle. I'm going to click and hold down the left mouse button on the rulers here, and then drag a guide like this, and I'm going to snap to the bounding box midpoint. And now I have the guide positioned in the middle of this rectangle. Next, I'm going to make sure the rectangle is selected and change the color to this one. Now I want to create two triangles using the Bezier tool. I'm going to select it, then mouse over here, click, mouse in the other corner. I'm going to snap to the node in the corner, then mouse over here, click again, and here I'm going to close the path. Again, in the same way, I'm going to create another triangle. I'm going to start the fill and stroke tool using this option. Then I'll make sure I have selected the select and transform tool. Then go to stroke paint, remove it. For the fill, I'm going to select the flat color. And for now I'm going to select, let's say, something gray. I'll select the other triangle. Again, remove the stroke. And for the fill flat color, I'll change it to another shade of gray, like this. This guide is not needed anymore, so I'll mouse over it, and when the color turns to red, I'll hit the delete key to remove it. Next, I'll select the bottom triangle, and I want to change the height to 315 pixels, and I can do that by going to the options here, and H stands for height, so select this and change it to 315 pixels. Next, I want to make a duplicate of this triangle, so press Ctrl D. I'll change the color to black, and for the blur I'll change the value to 2. Then I'll use this option to send this triangle one step below. Next, I'm going to select the top triangle and use this option to send it to the top. Ctrl D to create a duplicate. I'll change the color of this one again to black. I'll change the opacity to 62, and I'm also going to add some blur, and I'm going to send it one step lower. Next, I'll select the top triangle. Holding down the shift key, I'll add to the selection the bottom one, and I'll change the color to this one. Next, I'll click away to deselect, select the top triangle again, Ctrl D to create a duplicate, change the color to black. I'll change the opacity to 62 and the blur to 7. Next, I want to change the height and the width of this triangle. For the height, I'm going to enter 314 pixels, and for the width 724 pixels. Next, I want to position this triangle, but if I try to move it, you see that it starts to snap, and we don't want this at this point, so I'm going to disable snapping by clicking on this option. I'm going to stop here and finish the graphic in part 2 of this tutorial. When it is uploaded, I'm going to include a link in the about section of this video. In the meantime, you can check out my other tutorials by visiting my channel. Also, you can visit my GIMP tutorials channel where I make photo editing tutorials. So, that's it for this one, and bye for now.